I'm Eating Things, and you are watching Less Than Rhetorical. So you're trying to pick an operator to support your team. You're trying to figure out what to go, what would be best, and you just don't understand what is the best choice. And you've heard about this thing called global operators, but you don't know what it is. Well, you're in luck because here today, I'm here to teach you what a global operator is and why you should pick them and when you should pick a global operator. So global operators are, in short, an operator whose ability affects a global scale. It has an effect on a global scale. So what that means is I can pick a single operator and it can have an impact on everybody in the round. So let's take, for example, Dokkaebi. Dokkaebi is a classic example of a global operator. Dokkaebi has a unique ability called the logic bomb. When she calls her logic bomb, it makes all of the defenders' phones ring. That's all 5 defenders across the entire map, wherever they are at, unless they're standing in a mute jammer. That is a global operator. It's someone that can give you either they can impact the round on a massive scale, on a global scale in the round. So think about why that might be useful to me. If you pick, say, Ashe, you can only have an impact on one area of the map at one time. You can only have an impact mainly with your gun and mainly with your breaching tool. You don't really have much of a help for the rest of the team. Yes, you can make the argument, well, Ashe can clear mirror windows, Ashe can clear, can soft breach walls and create new angles. And yes, all of those things are true and all of those things do help your team. I'm not trying to say that the other operators can't help your team. What I'm saying is Ashe only has a single purpose, can only do one thing at a time, can only impact one area of the map, where someone like Dokkaebi has a global effect on the round at that particular time. Another global operator would be Lion. Lion's ability allows him to freeze all of the defenders in one place at one time, or if they don't freeze, they're going to be tagged and everyone's going to know where that defender is at. So that is another global operator. Another global operator. Jackal. I don't know if I would consider Jackal yeah, you know what I would? I would consider Jackal a global operator, and here's why. Because Jackal has the ability to scan the footprints of a single operator, and everyone on your team knows where that operator is. So it's information for everyone on the team. So it has a global effect because it impacts everyone on the team. I think that would be why I would consider Jackal a global operator, but I would not consider Damus a global operator. Damus has to relay that information to everyone on the team. He can only ping one person at a time, and therefore he's not really global in that sense. But he certainly does have a powerful impact on the round. So we've mentioned Dokkaebi, we've mentioned Lion, we've mentioned Jackal. Let's see who else is a global operator on attack. Finka. Finka is a global operator. Finka's ability, which isn't that interesting. If you click on Dokkaebi, you can see the unique ability, the logic bomb. But when you click on Finka, you don't see the unique ability. Her unique ability allows you to give everyone on your team health. So Finka is a global operator. You can give everyone assistance at a single time. Let's see. And that is it for attack. For attack, those are all of your global operators at this time. If I'm missing one, please put it in the comments below and let me know. So why would you want to choose when would you choose a global operator? If you're sitting there going, I don't know when to use these operators and at what time period. So the reason or the time to use a global operator is usually in a situation where your team is rushing or is dying quickly in the round. Okay, so let's say the previous round your team ran in and they were done in less than a minute. They were all gone. Well, you can pick an operator like Brava and go back to doing whatever you were doing in the beginning of that round when your team rushed in, and you'll end up in a 1v5 situation again. You can pick an operator like Amaru and go flying into sight with your team, and you're probably going to end up dying with them. Picking a global operator helps your team to succeed in their in the decision that they are making that is really a bad decision. All right, so if the team is making bad decisions overall, you can't just like say, well, I'm not going to support that. They can go do what they want. I'm just going to go ahead and play my own style. And well, because if you say that, you're going to end up in a 1v5 situation. And that's fine if that's the situation you want and you're like, you know what, I'm going to win a 1v5. That's just how I'm going to play this. And if you have that level of confidence in your gun skill, great. You know, that's fantastic. You will win that 1v5. But the better play is to pick a global operator, especially if your team is not picking one of these global operators. Because with the global operators, you can then support your team, assist them with getting information quickly. You can give them, like, if they're not going to drone and they're just going to rush in, Dokube's a great opportunity or a great operator. As soon as you see that they've moved into sight and they're starting gunfights, or even before they're starting gunfights, you can ring their phones. And everybody on the map is impacted, and now your team has information. That guy that they just ran past, that Cav player hiding in the corner, oh wait, they can't kill that Cav player anymore they can't get killed by that Cav player anymore because they know where that Cav player is now because he was hiding in a corner. Lion's a great example of somebody who, as soon as you see your team getting involved in gunfights, because they're in there way faster than you are, you're hanging back. Okay, well, go ahead and ring those or scan those, run that, what is it called? The EE1D. Go ahead and use your ability and freeze all those defenders in place, allowing your team to just swing on all of them and giving your team information if they're trying to run away. Finka, as soon as you see your team's health start to drop, you can go ahead and give them all a boost, give them some extra encouragement so they can stay in that fight just a little bit longer. Those are the reasons you want to bring global operators. And they are great counters. Actually, in attack, they're not counters to your defense so much as they're counters to bad play on your offense. They can impact the round. They can impact good play too, but they can have a good impact on the round. Jackal's another great operator from a global perspective because if he's on the board, which he hardly ever is, you can use him in situations where your team is not clearing roamers to assist your team in clearing those roamers or make them aware of where that roamer is. So if your team is just pushing sight and they're not paying attention and they keep getting flanked, then Jackal's a great operator for that, to tell your team where that is. I don't consider Nomad or Gridlock global operators, even though they can hold flanks. They're just flank watches. So I'm just giving you one example for Jackal. Jackal can be used for rushes too, as can other operators, but Jackal has multiple purposes. So, I mean, these are just my views of what a global operator can do and what a global operator is. Go ahead and put your views in the comments about global operators, and I appreciate you watching this video, and hopefully this helps you out a little bit. Thanks very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Peace.